Hi guys, I'm not quite sure who's here. You know, Zoom has changed how you look at it. Hi, Arlene is here. Shuggy Judy. Hopefully other folks will join us. Um, these, I don't know if I like that color. I have a fancy new ring light that can change colors. Okay, let's do that one. So anyway, I'm so happy. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I'm happy to be back, and I hope you are too. And let's see. So a few other people joined us. Um, Hopefully more will join us. We are going to have fun today. We're going to do a lot of new things within our range. Excuse me, I have to plug something in. Sorry to disappear. And I still don't like that light. And don't, that one's not good. Oh, I shouldn't have started messing with this. Now it's red. Oh, Lord, I think I did something wrong. How do I get back to where I was? Okay, we're gonna just stay right there. Anyway, we're gonna get started. Let's start out with, normal workout today. And we're not going to do anything that you haven't done before, except for, okay, okay, I'm back. Um, okay, let's see. All right. I'm having trouble today. Why? I don't know. All right, I'm back. I'm not going to do anything else to make sure you can see me. Let's get started before I do anything else to mess up this whole scenario here. The camera is too far in the front. Okay, that's good. I haven't done this in 2 weeks, 3 weeks really. I'm a little off. Anyway, let's get started. Same warm up as we normally do. Stand up nice and tall, tilt your head down, and tilt your chin up to one side and to the other. Nice and gentle. Now have your head up and look left to right. And shoulder rolls, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears and rolling them back. And arm circles. Modify at shoulder height if you have any discomfort in your shoulders, or putting your arms overhead. Switch directions. And swing your arms around your body. Get some movement in your torso. And then we're going to do hip hinges. We're going to do 10 of these. So one, and this is going to come into play a little bit in our workout. This is three, I think, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and 10, and heel taps to the front, Pressing your arms out. And then we're going to do kickbacks. Bring in your arms, row in your arms, bring in your heels towards your glutes. And then skaters, one leg behind the other on a diagonal. And we're going to step your feet together and step forward on a diagonal, moving in all directions in our warm-up. And together and step to the side. And then march it out. And we're going to take these marches a little bit higher, bringing in some coordination that we'll work on as we get into the class later. Opposite hand to knee. And then take that down. Hold on to the chair or wall if you need to. We're going to do 5 calf raises, just rolling up on your toes for, let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do some cervical spine stuff before we do our posture check. So standing up nice and tall, shoulders pointed forward. Just bring your chin in, giving yourself a double chin. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's do our posture check. So standing up nice and tall, plumb line pulling you up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin, the front of your chin. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Push your chin straight back into the hand that's in the back. So your head is now right on top of your shoulder, ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knee, knee over your ankle, belly button pulled towards your spine, slight hip tilt forward, relaxed shoulders, shoulder blades pointing towards your back pocket. So as I say, going on 6 years now, we have been doing this. We pay attention to posture seated and standing. So even if you're seated and leaning on the back of the chair like I am right now, you're still sitting upright. You're cognizant of what your body's doing, your belly button's pulled in. You're not letting the chair support you. So feet up. We're going to point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And make sure you're doing it at your ankle, that you're not just moving your leg up. When we do these, that you're really articulating at your ankle. So circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the opposite direction, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lie to the back, to the end of the chair, we're going to do our 10 sit to stand. And remember, when we do our squats shortly after this, this is the kind of form that we should have in our squats. We're going to give you options in your squats. So look at your feet, make sure they're wide enough. Your wider base of support is a much more balanced stance and a balanced squat. So sitting toward the end of the chair, find a focal point, keep your eyes on it so you're not bending down as you stand up, and as you lower yourself. You can push off the chair, use your arms as a counterbalance. Take your arms out, it's hard. Also, straight out is hard. I'm going to cross across my chest. So stand, 1, with a lot of control, sit, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So stay standing. We're going to do our chest press first, give our lower body a little bit of a rest before we go into our squats. I am going to do a chest press using my band. I'm going to do it across my arms. You could also do it under your arms. You could also do a push-up if you don't have a band. We've gone over push-ups a lot. Just make sure your body's nice and straight and your arms are at your shoulders, not up by your head. So I'm going to do 4 chest press, squats, and exercise for about 15 reps, and then everything else would be 10. Those are the 3 exercises that work your main muscle groups. So we're going to do 15 to start off the year. So standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent, belly button pulled in, and you're going to press forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And by the way, the 15 reps are a suggestion. If you feel that you have done enough at 10 or 12, please stop. So we're going to just review our squats a little bit. The first one we're going to review is a box squat that is like a sit to stand. We're going to start sitting. And the difference between this and a regular sit to stand is as we stand, we're just going to touch lightly and stand up. We're not going to actually sit. So that's a good way to get where your body where it is. You could use a weight, make this a weighted sit box squat. You could do a regular squat, where a body weight squat, where you're pushing your hips back, keeping your arms straight out, and pushing through, contracting your glutes as you stand up. You could add weights to it. I'm going to do a box squat with weights today. One of the things that I have in my class, and I teach my class in a gymnasium, and there are no mirrors, and a lot of people have trouble with the squats, and they're not aware that they're doing this as a proprioception issue, and they're basically squatting like this. And sometimes I bring them, if I see them around the gym, I will pull them aside and help them out with that. So if you have a mirror, to make sure that your head and chest is up and that you're not bending over. So I'm going to start seated for my box squat. I'm going to use weights. Do what's appropriate for you. We're doing 15 of these. So my weight is against my chest. It's not adding any pressure to my shoulders or my elbows. So I'm going to stand 1, a quick sit, 2, keeping my eyes up, 3, find a focal point, 4, 5, 6, push through your heels, 7, contract your glutes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And right back into our chest press. So standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And right back into our chest press. So standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And right back into our chest press. So standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And right back into our chest press. So standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And right back into our chest press. So standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And right back into our chest press. So standing up nice and tall, knees slightly bent, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And right back into our chest press. So stand 12, 13, 14, and 15. And for our second set of squats, I'm just going to do a regular squat, but I'm going to use my weights this time. I'm going to find a focal point so I'm not bending forward, keeping my eyes up, just hinging my hips back and going down, pushing through my heels, contracting my glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your head up. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And, I have a lot of knee issues on my left leg, but since, I've been doing squats for seems like a million years and I'm always working on them. But if I do them correctly, it really doesn't bother my knee. Um, so we are going to do leg extensions and bent over row. Let's do our leg extensions first. We're only going to do 10 of these, but we're going to do, since our back is a big muscle group, we're going to do 15 of those. So let's wait on that. So you're going to put the ball, yoga block, sofa cushion, whatever you have between your knees, keep pressure on it. Bring your foot up off the ground a little bit. Keep your foot flexed and straighten out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the flexion the entire time. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other leg. Foot up, flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to give you an option to start off the new year. If you want to just recheck your form, you could do your bent over row seated, belly button pulled in, you're leaning forward, your back is neutral, you're looking ahead on the diagonal, and all you're doing is bringing your elbows up and squeezing your shoulder blades. That's a good way to start off the new year if you want to, or as we often do, or mostly do, we do it standing. So you're bent at the knee, you're looking forward, your belly button pulled in, your back is neutral, arms down, elbows up, squeeze together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And one more set of leg extensions. I'm going to turn around to do this. Just sit up tall. You could hold on, but make sure your shoulders you're not pushing into your shoulders up by your ears. Flex and extend. 1, keep pressure on the ball. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the other side. Foot up, flex, extend all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do our last set of bent over rows, and then we'll take a quick water break. So bend at the knees, bend at the hip, look ahead on a diagonal, neutral spine. 1, 2, 3, keep your elbows close to you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And let's take a quick water break. Started off cool in this room and now it's really hot. Let's see. Jan, Judy, and Joe are here. That's great. Let's see who else is here. Everyone's here. I'm so happy you guys are here. Great way to start off the new year. So, remember I talked about our hip hinge in the front in our warm up. So there's an exercise, excuse me, called a good morning. I think I did it with you before. You know, pre-holiday seems so long ago. I can't remember what I did or did not do with you guys, but it's called a good morning. It's a glute and hamstring workout. It's the precursor to a deadlift, which we're never going to do. It's a great exercise, but it's often hard for people to get the right, to get it right, you know. So I've tried many ways over the years, and lately I found from learning video that I've been watching that if I kind of keep your front locked in, holding onto the chair, that can help. It is only a hip hinge. So you're going to hold on to the chair. You're going to stand up nice and tall. You're looking straight ahead. Actually, I'm sorry. You're looking down on a diagonal over the front of the chair. You're looking at the floor in front of the chair. So you're going to bend your elbows. You're not going to go all the way to 90 degrees. You're not going all the way down. And you're not bending your knees at all. Your knees are going to bend slightly because of the hip hinge. You're not going to go down. So keep your knees soft. Don't lock them out. So let me show you a few of them that I want. So you're just hinging your hips back and bending forward. You're going to push through your heels and all the way up, contract your glutes. A really good contraction. Let me just do a few more. Just really look. So you look at my knees. I'm not bending them. There's a slight bend, but that's only because I've shifted my hip back. I'm not actually actively bending them. So the movement is you're bending your torso forward and pushing your hips straight out, pushing through your heels and standing up with a really good glute contraction. Let's do 10 of these. So stand up nice and tall. 1, push through your heels, contract your glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let me know what you think. I love this exercise. Eventually when we I think we have done this enough and really have internalized the form. I want to take it away from the chair and do that with added weight. So now we're going to do a tandem stance, heel toe. Let me just move back. Give yourself some room, offset it to the side. Remember, if this is how you stand, anytime you shorten your base of support up, you're a little bit unstable. So we're going to do either external rotation. You notice my elbows don't leave my side, or lateral raise. I'm going to do an external rotation today. So stand up nice and tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to go right back into our good mornings. So you're standing up nice and tall. Make sure you're not out here and that you're leaning forward. Your arms, your arm length away, straight down, and hinge your hips back, bend your torso forward, push through your heels, contract your glutes. Keep your knees soft. 2. That means don't lock your knees out at any time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I would like to know what you guys think about it. So you could send me a note or think about it over the course of the week and send me a note next week. So my left leg is a little bit bothersome with this knee, so I'm actually going to do the heel into arch so that I don't have to put, so I have a little bit more support. I don't have to put a lot of pressure on my left leg. So external rotations again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're moving on. We're going to do calf raises, holding on lightly to the chair. We're just going to roll up on our toes, working our calves, ankles, and feet, flexibility, strength, the whole thing. So rolling up on our toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do calf raises, bicep curls and slow marches. So, and every time you're on one leg, you're unstable. So we're doing these nice and slow. Coordination, it should be opposite arm and knee lift. So I'm going to start with my right arm and my left knee. So this is also a core exercise. So when you do this, I want you to control your steps down. If you're on a wood or a tile floor, you shouldn't hear your steps. So make sure it's safe for you, though, that you're next to a wall if you feel a little bit unbalanced, that you could kind of lean into it if you need to. But standing up tall, I'm going to start with my right arm and my left knee. 1, 2, 3. Keep your elbows down. 4, 5. Your elbows are locked at your side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So last set of half raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of bow marches and bicep curls. So left arm, right knee. We're starting with this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do toe raises, working on our anterior tibialis, the muscle group that helps us pick up our toes as we walk so we can practice really good heel toe walking. So holding on lightly, just pick your toes up. We're going to go nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do tricep extension today with our weight. So similar position as a bent over row. You're bent at the knee, bent forward, neutral spine, arms up. You're going to keep your elbows close to your body as you go back. And your elbows should be a little bit higher than your back if possible. So we're just going to extend out. Your elbows do not move. 2, it's a fulcrum. 3, or lever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of toe raises. So hold on lightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of triceps. So bend forward at the knee, forward at the hip, belly button pulled in, neutral spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's put that away. You know what? I'm going to give myself a tricep stretch. So I'm going to just put my hand in the center of my back, if I can, and just pull gently on my other elbow. And switch to the other side. It's a little stretch. So I'm going to get a quick sip of water and grab your ball, sofa cushion, yoga block, whatever you have. We're going to work on our medial glute. And with this, we're also getting an internal rotation. So we're getting the inside of our thighs, and we're also getting some groin work. We're only going to do one set of this. So we're going to do 15 reps. I want you to imagine that you're starting this exercise. You're sitting towards the end of the chair, so most of your thigh is off the chair. That you're starting the movement from your hip, that you're externally rotating your hip and bringing your lower leg out. It's not a big movement. Your hip, you shouldn't see a big shift in your hip. So we're going to do one set of 15 each side. So 1, keep your feet off the ground if you can. 2, 3, keep your shoulders down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And if you're not really feeling it in your hip and in your inner thigh, then maybe you're doing it too much and pushing out. So it's a very gentle movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So let's stand up. We're going to do some tandem walks. I'm just going to put this over here. I'm going to go back here. We're just doing 5 forward and 5 back next to a wall or a counter so that you could hold on if you need to. Looking straight ahead, using your arms, really good posture, belly button pulled in. So we're 5 forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this time we're going to do it with a knee lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're just going to do one walk forward and back, turning our head left to right. Next to a wall or a counter if you need to, holding on one fingertip if you need to. If you haven't done this in a while, you may feel a little dizzy or shaky or off balance. The more you do this, that feeling should go away. So just nice and slow. Actually, I'm going to start again. So one of the things that I want you to make sure you're doing with this is that you're doing a heel-toe walk, that you're not dragging your foot, you're not picking it up and just like flat-footing it, I call it, that you're doing a heel-toe walk. So let's start again. Nice and slow. And going backwards, heel-toe. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to do this for a single leg stance now. So after we do our core, we'll just go right into our stretch. So on my left leg, doing a 10 count is a little bit too much. So I'm going to do a kickstand up and down. Perfect posture, find a focal point. Remember, both feet are not flat on the ground. You're unstable. So even doing the kickstand is a balance challenge for some people. And for me right now, it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and switch to the other side. I can do 10 on this side without touching them. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's do one more before we do core. Let's do our Leaning Tower of Pisa or whatever, Leaning Tower of human being. So feet together, stand up nice and tall so your posture is really perfect. Belly buttons pulled in. I also want you to engage your glutes, really squeeze them tight, and your quads. To do that, pull them up from your knees. And then you're going to lean forward. Your heels are going to want to come off the ground. Push them down. You should feel your muscles tighten up. So just lean forward as much as you can. And we're going to do a slow 10 count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stand back up. So our first, we're going to do a stand-in farmer's carry. So this is similar to a bicep curl and slow marches, but you're holding the weights down, nice tight grip on them that will give you some grip strength and forearm strength. And if you have heavier weights, this is a good one to hold the heavier weights. You're not doing anything with it. So I'm going to start now. We're just going to do a nice slow march. And same thing with the other. You're keeping your core engaged, really good posture. Make sure you're breathing and you're stepping down nice and slow. And you're not making any noise as you step down. I'm not going to overdo it today. We're only going to do 30 seconds and we're almost there. And that's it. So rotations are really important in balance. So we're going to do a wood chop. Just using my ball, feet staggered, pretty wide staggered. So I'm really nice and stable. Belly button pulled in. I'm going to start over my left shoulder, which is where my left foot is in the front. And I'm going to arc it down to my right hip. And my head follows my hand. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other side and start over the other shoulder. Keep your belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to do some seated stuff. So sit towards the end of the chair. Keep the ball between your knees, arms hanging at the side, sitting up tall. And every time you squeeze, you're going to pull your belly button in. Just 10 of these today. So make sure you breathe and start with an inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And put the ball behind you. I'm going to turn sideways. And we're going to combine the rolling back and the rolling forward. I'm going to put a lot of pressure on the ball. I'm sitting upright and I'm not moving my head independently. I'm going to roll back and roll forward, keeping my belly button pulled in. We're just going to do 10 of these. So 1, 2, and it's just from your shoulder blades. You're not bending at the waist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to put that away and we could go right into our stretch. So let's stretch our hips, stretch our hamstrings and our calves actually. This, you're sitting on the edge of the chair, you're still paying attention to your posture. You're not going to let all that work we just did go away. And I want you to be cognizant of your posture throughout the day. And when you're sitting at your computer, that you're really sitting up tall and using your muscles. So, leg nice and straight, your foot is flexed, lean forward. Each hold several deep breaths. And switch to the other leg. And we're going to stretch our hips right here. So this is one option. You're not really twisting your body. You're more pulling your knee to the side so you get a stretch. This one is a much more effective one for me, at least. You bring your knee up to the center of your chest and you just pull to the side. I really feel that one. I don't do this one often because when I see people do it in class, they're not doing it correctly. But I'm going to give you the option to try it either this way or straight down. And let's stretch the other hamstrings and calf. And either across your leg or pull it up. You're pulling it to the center of the chest and then pull it across to your opposite shoulder. And then we're going to go right into a figure four. Didn't do it on the other leg, so we have to do that. Leaning forward, pressing gently on the inside of your knee. And let's do the other leg. And we're going to stretch our lower back. So sitting at the end of the chair, legs nice and wide. You're not going to round or arch your back. We're just going to lean forward. Um, think about the good mornings that you're just leaning forward, keeping that neutral spine. You should feel a gentle stretch in your lower back. And then move both hands over to one foot. You're shifted your torso a little bit. You're stretching the side of your lower back. My hands are on my right foot, so I'm stretching the left side. And over to the other side. And I'm going to do a standing hip flexor. So legs nice and long, torso up, belly button pulled in. My back leg is back, so that side, I'm just going to tilt my pelvis up to get a stretch in the front of my hip down into my quad. And try to push your heel down also. You get a little bit more of a calf stretch there. And turning over to the other side. Tilt that hip forward. And put your hands on the seat of the chair, your feet under your hips, and now push away for a nice posterior stretch. And bend your knees and roll up. This time, let's grab your elbows together, your hands together, and just pull away. You feel a stretch across your chest and the front of your shoulders, or you could do it like we normally do it with your arms behind you. And then shoulder rolls. I feel like I need a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. So just pull on the outside between your shoulder and your elbow and not with your shoulders up. And let's do some arm circles. And the other way. And thank you guys so much. Let's see who else was here. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Thank you. You're welcome, Eva. And we'll see you next week. Take care.